guys, welcome back. Chris here with Marksman Shooting Sports and CheapGunsUSA.com in Westfield, Indiana with another vlog for you today. Now, winter is coming.
But winter is coming. We know what's coming with it.
That basically means that the busy season is upon us. We are just starting to rebulk. Actually, I have been kind of slowly rebulking our inventory, but now I'm really getting into that. I have a ton of stuff that's getting delivered today, so I thought I should bring the camera along and sort of show you the kind of stuff we're getting in. Also, the question of the week is going to revolve around gun transfers and do they piss off your dealer? So we will get into that starting now. Okay, so starting us off with box number one, I'll go ahead and jump in here. I don't do a lot of editing, so you're not just watching like 20 minutes of box opening here. Okay, so what I have here are a couple of AKs. These are Century Arms. Actually, this particular one is a C308. Now, as you've seen on the channel, I own one of these, and they are coming out with the... God, these are always so tight. They're coming out with a variation that actually has the wood stocks, and I think that they're discontinuing the one with the polymer. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I know that the wood stocks are coming out very soon. Okay, I just went out and got that chamber flag out of there. That was kind of what was keeping it jammed up. But now that that's out, it works just fine. Really cool about these is the one that I got came with like really cheap G3 mags. This actually comes with the Century with the actual set-me steel magazines, which is actually pretty cool. They're a little bit more valuable than the standard HK91 magazines, but nice kind of patina on that as well, because these are actually set-me clones. They're not HK91 clones, but very, very cool nonetheless. Okay, here in the next one is one of the Wasser 10s with the full stock. And I remember, so these used to be relatively cheap, then they kind of dried up for a minute. Now they're coming back. These are sort of the last of the imported parts guns that you can get, of course, from Romania. Now they used to come with sort of the balsa wood furniture. This actually is a really nice solid stock set, so I like that. Very nice, attractive looking rifle. Feels very well built. You know, these actual Wasser 10s actually get a really good reputation. Now they have gone up in price recently. You used to be able to get these for $400, $450 about 8 to 10 years ago. Now you're looking around the $650 to $750 range, but still actually a very high quality, and they are starting to kind of get more difficult to find. All right, now I'm in box number 2. We got quite a few boxes today. Okay, now here we got one of the new released Century Wasser 10 U's or underfolders, or UFs, I think. Yeah, UF. Again, really nice quality wood on here, not the old junky balsa wood. These again will run you $650 to $750-ish range. I think actually more in about the $750 range, $750 to $800 now. Later version stock, a little bit thinner, kind of a rolled metal, which actually, as I understand, is a lot more comfortable than the other variations you typically see. But, you know, very nice. This is pretty cool. I'm going to have to kind of play around with this and sort of take a look. It just comes with one magazine, no sling or anything. Now, the other Wasser 10 I just opened up had a sling with it. But nice. Sights do not appear canted. Just kind of good overall fit and finish. I actually kind of like this. So, there you go. Okay, here we have a Remington 870 for our wall of shotguns. 870 tactical. Just always got to have a couple of these laying around. Very nice shotguns and not too expensive. Let's see here. Yeah, very nice and smooth. I've always been a fan of the 870s. Mossberg 500s and Remington 870s are sort of what corner the market on sort of the pump shotgun that you can get a really good quality firearm for not a huge amount of money. So those are nice as well. And another shotgun for you is just a standard 590 Shockwave. We have sold out of the ones that we had in stock, so I'm getting them back in. It's kind of that weird, there we go, the weird way that they put these things in the shipping containers. Ooh, nice and greasy. It has a lot of that Mossberg cardboard dust on it. But there you go. Cool little pirate gun, or Terminator, whichever way you want to go. And then I got another SP tactical brace for something else that is to come here shortly. And that brace is actually for something pretty new to the market that I'm very excited about, which is this. And I can't really afford to fall in love with it, but I probably will. Okay, you gotta see what I'm seeing. This is the new PTR. Sorry, the camera's being a little crazy. There we go. PTR MP5 clone. Sort of to rival the Zenith. That's a lightweight, that's a very lightweight. And feels fantastic. Comes with a sling, 2 magazines. It looks like I have it pointed at myself, but it's pointed back behind me. My body's sort of set off to the side and I'm leaned over the gun. There's let's see, did I get it in there? Yeah, there's the, like I said, I'm kind of at a weird angle. There's the magazine in there. Really, really, really cool. Wow. And I have that SP Tactical brace. When I finish all these unboxings, I will throw that on there and show you what that looks like on this. Now, one thing I will say about PTR that I like over kind of the Zenith, kind of 2 reasons. One, these are made in the USA. The Zeniths are made in Turkey, I believe. I'll correct myself if I need to. The other thing is the price point. These will be several $100s cheaper than the Zenith. And the third thing is PTR is very well known for making they make the PTR 91, which is a kind of a copy of the HK 91 or the G3, actually made on HK tooling. Now, I've done some sort of preliminary research, and as I understand it, these are not made on MP5 tooling, but that's okay. PTR still has a very good understanding of the delayed roller locking blowback system. They've just been working with this system for a very long time, and I trust their ability to get it right. So I'm very excited about this, as I know a lot of other people are too. Okay, moving on to the next guy. We'll go ahead and open up and see what we got. Okay, so a couple Sig P365s. I'm not going to open these up because you've seen them before. There's nothing new about them. We have them on other vlogs and stuff. Go check that out. Here we have the P2269 concealed carry. I actually will open that up because I've never looked at one of these. So yeah, what we have here is, of course, we've got a total of 3 magazines, and it is a variation of the 226. And you have G10 grips on here. Feels very similar to the Legion in terms of the grip feel. I will say the weight feels definitely lighter. I'm gonna have to look at that and see if there's a weight difference. Maybe I'll do a review. Big Sig graphics up here. Not too sure how I feel about that. It's kind of yeah. To each his own. I don't really like that though. Comfortable grip, very lightweight feeling, has night sights on it, which is very, very cool. I like this. I actually like that a lot. And they're not really priced differently than the standard 226R. And actually that leads me to, this does not have any type of rail on it, which is okay if you're going to conceal carry this or carry it at all. Most people don't carry with tactical lights and lasers on them. I know some people do, and that's totally cool, but most people do not. So to get rid of the extra sort of the rail spacer over there is no big deal for what this is intended to be. But really, really cool. Actually feels fantastic. I like that. I like that quite a lot. Okay, next we have Rock Island. Oh yeah, these are the, it's funny, I get so busy, I order all this stuff. So when it shows up, it's sort of like Christmas. A lot of it I don't remember getting, like this one. So this is one of those, what was the model on this? Model 200, that's right. Really, actually good feeling. 38 special. Nice barrel length, overall feel. Grip contour is kind of weird. It kind of forces your fingers down away from the trigger guard, which I don't know if I like that. But yeah, actually I don't. I wish I could get a little bit higher up on it. But, you know, for what these retail for, well under $300, actually a really good option. And a lot of people really like these. They're pretty popular. So, really good sort of beater, throw around in your truck or tackle box or camper or anything like that. And they work. I mean, they do work very well. Sort of like the Rock Island 1911s. Very price effective and very functional. So I like these a lot too. Okay, also in here, get a lot of Ruger stuff. Ruger SR 1911. I usually carry these in stock. Actually, out of all the 1911s we sell, the Rugers seem to sell the most. A very good value. Very big fan of these. I like these quite a bit, as you've probably seen in other videos. They work and they're really freaking accurate too. At least, you know, that's been my experience, and other people that have bought these from me and have kind of given me their opinion on them. A very functional design. Really like them a lot. Here's another one I'm not going to open. This one I think is in a 5-inch. And let's see, I think I might have one more. No, that was it on the 1911s. I have a bunch of the SRs. Our distributor was sort of blowing them out, so I bought a bunch of them that I think, I don't know what these are going to retail at, but well under what they normally do based on the price I got them at. So for the price point, these, if you're not familiar, say you're new to firearms, this is one of those top, I would say, like, one of those top probably 5 I would recommend to a first timer. Now this is not the EC9S or the economy version that I know is new to the market. Sort of the options you get for this price point are very nice. You have adjustable sights, 3-dot sight configuration, ambidextrous controls, arm striker indicator, loaded chamber indicator, ambi thumb safety, 2 magazines, one a nice compact size, one an extended, a grip safety. Like I said, ambi controls, and they're functional, and they're made by Ruger, which has great customer service. So for the $300 to $400 that these command, really competitive first option for a first-time buyer, especially one that wants a bunch of safety features. Now I know that there's a lot of people that don't want a whole bunch of safety features. There are pros and cons to both options. Maybe that'll be something like a question of the week we talk about, safeties. But maybe I'll do that next week, actually. But anyway, really, really, really good choice. That's why I got several of them in here, especially for the price I can sell them at. So really happy to have those. Okay, here it is with the stock, or the brace, I'm sorry, affixed. And it's pretty cool. That's really, really, really freaking cool. Really not that much shorter than what the standard LOP on a MP5 would be. Very nice setup. I like that quite a bit. It feels very good. Now, one point to note is that once you have this SP Tactical brace on it, it no longer will fit in here. There is a sort of a sling loop notch right back here on the brace, and this is what's interfering from keeping it from going back in. So what you could do is you could cut the foam to allow clearance for that if you wanted to modify that, and then it should fit. But once it's in, I also see it, it should be fine. There might be a little bit of a gap here, or a little bit too much material for this to close, but I think that there's enough play. This would actually sit flat over the top of this foam, protecting the firearm, just leaving the stock just protruding a little bit above the foam, which there's definitely enough clearance. So again, if you just wanted to get this in here, just cut a relief slot back here for that little sling swivel, and it would fit in there just fine. Okay, so I've gotten all that stuff booked in and up on the shelves and tagged, which actually did end up taking a few hours, but that's just the way it is. I'm going to go ahead and roll this out with the question of the week, and that is gun transfers. Do they piss off your dealer? I get this question all the time, and a lot of people, when they call or come in and ask, you know, if I do any type of transfers or what my transfer fee is, they're usually kind of a little bit squirrely, I guess would be the word about it, feeling like, you know, hey, you know, do you do transfers? You know, I know you don't make as much money doing them, or blah, blah, blah. Really, the short answer is no. Gun transfers, firearm transfers are part of the business. Now, I can't speak for every dealer out there, but I can speak for myself. And honestly, we ship firearms to people all the time. We do have an online site, cheapgunsusa.com, that people shop on nationwide all the time. We sell things on Gunbroker. I've never, or I very rarely have run into dealers that might seem, actually I would never say I've run into a dealer that's been annoyed that I'm sending them a firearm for transfer. there is a misconception that transfers are free money. The way I look at it is, gun stores would rather sell the firearm in their inventory rather than do a transfer, because you will make more money as a dealer on that firearm. Now, I understand not every dealer has every firearm in stock, and also there are rare oddball type firearms, like maybe an old German Luger, that you just can't go down to your distributor and buy today. So, it's understandable when you find a deal on one of those that you want to have it transferred in. Totally cool. Now, what is a transfer, for those of you who don't know? That is purchasing a firearm online from a different dealer and having it sent to your dealer to do the background check and to pick it up. Now, keep in mind, in the United States, you cannot have a firearm shipped directly to your door unless you happen to be an FFL holder and your front door is your place of business. So you will have to get it shipped to a dealer. Now, all dealers will charge you a wide array of different fees. From the lowest I've seen is like $15. The highest I've seen at some of the big box stores is like $75. Most usually charge in the $20 to $30 range. So that's the fee when you come in to pick up the firearm. They are going to be doing your background check for you. They've handled logging that firearm into their inventory, and then when you leave, they're going to have to log the firearm out of their inventory. So they're charging you that fee for that service. Totally fine and acceptable, at least in my perspective. Let's talk about if you order in a firearm that the gun store has for sale. Okay, that could be, some gun stores have policies where they say if we have it on our shelf, our transfer fee is double what it normally is, or if we have it on our shelf, we won't do a transfer at all. We don't have a policy like that at all. And really, to put it quite plainly, gun store owners are people too. And I know that I am this way, that I will try to, in most cases, find the best deal I can. So I don't blame you if there is a Glock 19 on such and such retailer's page cheaper, and you want to purchase it and you want to have it shipped into my store and you're saving yourself $20, $30. That doesn't bother me. I think you're just being financially frugal or financially responsible. Why pay more when you don't have to? I will gladly take our transfer fee, which is $25. I will gladly take that fee and send you on your way, and applaud you for having found a good deal. So that sort of thing doesn't bother me. Even if you're just saving $5, totally fine. That is not a problem. You found the best deal possible. You're spending your money the way you want to. I'm at least happy that you're having it shipped to me and doing the transfer through me, because I make money on that transfer, like I said, instead of losing the wholesale entirely. Because this is the way I look at it. If you found a better deal and you're going to go buy it from another person, you're going to do that whether I'm going to accept your transfer or not, or whether I'm going to charge you an obscenely high transfer fee or not. You're just not going to have it sent to my store. So I would rather just have you send it to my store for the $25 that I will get from it, and then at least I've been part of that transaction, and that's totally fine. It's like an assist in basketball or something. So I will take the assist even if I don't get the 2-point shot. So that's the way I look at it. I think that this is true in all industries. With the day and age of internet shopping, pricing is usually great. Usually you don't pay sales tax, which is actually going to change due to the recent Supreme Court decision. So, it is cost effective. If you go on Amazon and buy a TV, you will probably get a cheaper price than if you go to Best Buy or Walmart even. So, same is true of gun stores. You can find better deals online on some things, not all things all the time, but usually on some things you can. Now, the negative, or the thing that you're losing in that transaction, is you are not getting a chance to see the firearm you are looking at. And also, if there is an issue or anything like that, it's more difficult to have somebody to work with, because usually a lot of the online store policies is you're buying the firearm. Once you take it home from your dealer, we don't want to hear from you again. That's usually how they do it. Whereas a brick and mortar store, you have more of a personal relationship. So if you have an issue, they will tend to work with you more on that. That's where I will leave it, guys. I am Chris with Marksman Shooting Sports and CheapGunsUSA.com in Westfield, Indiana. You are watching Marksman TV. I will see you next time.